Good evening, everyone, and welcome to La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway for another exciting night of racing here as Knights of Thunder gets underway. Tonight brought to you by Jim Dandy's Tasty Eats and Frozen Treats on Highway 16 West Salem. All right, coming to the flag stand, they're going to get the one to go green. We are starting with the 6x6 dash tonight. We have so much going on that they're mixing things up a little bit. So on the pole tonight is Matt Henderson in the 33 car. Next to him, Harley Jankowski. Row 2 has Sean Paff in that 3 car. Next to him is Brad Powell. In row 3, Ty Majeski out here with us tonight. And next to him, your fast time qualifier. Who else? Steve Carlson. 6x6, they're going to get the 6 fastest qualifiers tonight in the late models are going to go for 6 laps. And here they come to the green flag. As they come out of 4, let's go to Dan Diker.
Trip NASCAR late models. Always in the hot man, Henderson, wasting no time to jump out to the number 1 spot, bringing Jankowski with him. Jankowski bows back, Sean Paff, as those two will tango for 2nd and 3rd. Henderson bobbles out of turn 4, allows Sean Paff to grab the inside groove. Look how close those two are racing each other. You can drop a credit card down in there. Paff a half-car advantage. Here comes Henderson, tries to edge his way forward on the backside. It's Paff, your race leader. Young Ty Majeski from the back row to 2nd, and he's hauling the mail. Majeski and Carlson from the back row now running 2nd and 3rd. Majeski peeking to the inside. Sean Paff's got a whole mirror full of the 91 and the 66. Majeski puts his nose on the inside again. He'll back out into the corners. Paff will remain your race leader under 3 to go. Here comes Majeski. In, around, and nose to nose at the line. Majeski will take the inside around Paff. He goes. So the race for 2nd is on. Carlson and Paff, white flag flies, 1 to go. Ty Majeski, La Crosse Speedway, one of his favorite racetracks. Makes an appearance about 5 or 6 times a year. He'll come out of turn 4 and collect the checkered flag. Followed by Carlson, Paff, Powell, Henderson, and Jankowski.
There we go. Ty Majeski wins this one this week, and Steve Carlson makes it 2nd. Number 3 car, Sean Paff is 3rd. Powell comes in 4th, and 5th goes to Matt Henderson. That's our 6x6 race. Now we're going to keep it here with the late models. So we've got a heat race of late models coming up in just a moment. While they warm them up, we'll take a break. Jim Dandy's Tasty Eats and Frozen Treats bringing you tonight's broadcast of Knights of Thunder on KQEG TV. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson, trackside, La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Race number 2, heat number 1. Late models are out there once again. Let's line them up for you as they come past the flag stand. We'll get a good look at them. On the pole inside, that's Kurt Eckelberg. And right next to him, Jonathan Eckelberg. The 02 car of Travis Christensen next to Dzelski on the inside. That's the 38. Well, we got the number 5 of Pataska in there, and the 38 of Travis Christensen also out there, and Jimmy Summerfield leading or coming up at the back of the pack. As they head down the back stretch, they form up 2 by 2. Here comes the accelerator. They're going to a green flag, so let's go to Dan Diker as he calls the race.
Hammer down the accelerator to a green flag start. Who's going to lead lap number 1, father or son? Qualifying tonight, Jonathan had a better qualifying time than his dad did, and those two are going to stay door to door for lap number 1. Kurt's on the inside, Jonathan's on the outside. Carter Christensen running third, and Cam Dzelski fourth, and it's Pataska, Christensen, and Summerfield. And Father Eckelberg at the line. So Father Eckelberg has the race lead, but here comes young Carter Christensen. He had to back out of it momentarily as they started getting tucked up into the corners. This time by 5 to go. Eckelberg, Christensen, Eckelberg, Dzelski, Christensen. I got a feeling Carter Christensen's not done at an attempt to take the race lead yet. This time by, we're halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. Here comes Carter Christensen to the inside of Eckelberg. This would be his first ever heat race win if he can hold on for 3 more laps. He'll take the race pass in turn 4. So Carter Christensen starts to open things up with 2 to go. Kurt Eckelberg second, Jonathan Eckelberg third, and here comes Travis Christensen. Here comes Christensen on the move. He's going to go into a battle for third with Jonathan Eckelberg. Look at this, cousin and uncle, or uncle and nephew, first and third, white flag flies. Travis Christensen's not done yet. All over the back end of Kurt Eckelberg's car. Could we have uncle and nephew finishing first and second? Checkered flag is out. Oh, here we go. Eckelberg slows up. Christensen, your winner. Travis Christensen second. Kurt Eckelberg third. Jonathan Eckelberg fourth. And Dzelski rounds out the top 5.
There you go. That's heat number 1 for the late models. And Christensen's are all over the place, number 1 and 2. Got another heat of late models coming up in just a minute. Jason Dummer will be out there, Cole Howland, Jeremy Wagner, so stick around. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Knights of Thunder on KQED. Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson trackside as we've got late models out on the big track once again. Heat number 2 now. Jason Dummer on the pole this time around with Jack Lichheim next to him. Mike Carlson inside of row 2 with Cole Howland next to him. Row 3 on the inside is Adam Degenhardt in his 03 car. Next to him is Jeremy Wagner. And at the back of the pack, the number 17 on the inside, Scott Rand, and next to him in the 39 car, Boomer Olson. We saw a few moments ago, Boomer looked like he was having a little trouble with that car. Had to pull off to the side. He got it restarted. And it's back running again, so we'll just have to see how he does in this race. He's driving Matt Henderson's backup car. All right, 8 laps coming up. Late model qualifying heat number 2. Here's Dan Dyker with the call.
Found here in a moment. Let's go green flag racing. Oh, Lichheim bobbles all over the place heading down the front straight. And he's got problems. He may have been tapped down the front straightaway. And Jack Lichheim with the 99 is going to have to park it right off the bat. So Jason Dummer, your race leader. Mike Carlson second. Degenhardt third. Howell in fourth. Carlson keeps the inside edge advantage over Adam Degenhardt. Degenhardt a solid second place feature position last weekend as these late models run 2 features tonight. Dummer going for Rookie of the Year, leads the point standings. Here comes the challenge. Here comes Squirt. Adam Degenhart in a 0-3. On the outside rail, down the front straightaway, Degenhart your race leader. Degenhart some clean air to try to open things up now. Also on the move, and the number 1 is Cole Howland. He'll race to the outside of Dummer. 2x2, they go for second and third. Dummer's on the inside, Howland's on the outside. Right behind them is a battle between Wagner and Carlson. 2x2. Howland opens it up in the corners. He'll slide into the number 2 position. Jeremy Wagner comes out of nowhere to grab third. 2 laps remaining. Wagner's had a solid season so far. Trying to stay in the top 3, maybe the top 2 for the heat race. White flag is out, 1 to go. White flag goes away. Out comes the checkers. Heat race number 2 winner is Adam Degenhart. Howland will take second, Wagner third, Carlson fourth, and Dummer rounds out the top 5.
There you go. That's heat race number 2 for the late models. Now we're going to move to the quarter-mile action track here and bring out some Hornets for you. So stand by, everybody. The Hornets are about to be on the track. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Knights of Thunder, brought to you tonight by Jim Dandy's Tasty Eats and Frozen Treats on Highway 16 West Salem. Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson, trackside. We've got Hornets on the track. We're just about to get them rolling here. Quickly, I'll try to run them down for you. On the pole this time is Stanfield in the 72, Lethe in the 50. Row 2 is Malum and Clausen. Row 3 is Von Ruden and Chalmers. Row 5 is Josh Viner and Nate Towner. Row 6 is Stumlin and Bornitz. And back at the back of the pack, I believe that's Jay Towner in the 78 car. Here they come to the green flag. Let's go now to Dan Diker.
Flag says go. 2 and 3 wide right off the bat. A lot of bumping and grinding and shuffling poor positions as Tom Lethe takes the race lead. The Bud Light 50 out of West Salem. Von Ruden second, Chalmers third, Stanfield fourth. Oh, not a good way to start for the Paul's Towing number 12. Paul Malum the third has a cut tire on the front right side. To the pits he goes. Former Hornet driver, former Hornet sportsman, now Hornet again, Tom Lethe having a field day down below. Gotta wonder who's gonna get in Lake Speed tonight. It's awfully full down below.
We ought to have a contest to see who's in the drink first.
You know, before the night's done, someone's gonna be in Lake Speed. Here's your race leader, Lethe. Chalmers now second. Here comes Nate Towner going for third over Von Ruden. That didn't sound good. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Nate Towner's now caught the back end of Jake Chalmers. Of course, Nate Towner telling us earlier this year he plans on retiring at the end of this race season, and a championship is the only thing he's looking for. Here he goes at the inside of Chalmers. The battle for second is on. Towner's got second. Chalmers goes back to third. Here comes Steve Bornitz. White flag flies, 1 to go for Lethe. Checkered flags on your first Ants Complete Pest Control Hornet qualifying heat race winner, Tom Lethe. Second is Nate Towner. Chalmers third. Hornets fourth, and Viner rounds out the top 5.
All right, that's our first Hornets heat tonight. And we've got another 2 coming up in just a moment. So we're going to keep it right here. We'll just keep it rolling here for our next race coming up in a moment. But first, let's recap some of the qualifying earlier on tonight that you may not have caught. Remember, you can always catch qualifying on KQEGTV.com every Saturday night about 6:15 when we begin qualifying. Be sure to tune in for that. The Grand National Sportsman, our fast time qualifier tonight was Nick Clemens. Nick Clemens had a 21.446. He was just 0.06 of a second away from breaking his own track record. Yeah, that was pretty close. Billy Martin came in second. Brian Hesselberg took third. Tony Lease took fourth. Fifth went to Jimmy Gilster, and sixth to Justin Milliken. All right, over on the late model side, Steve Carlson comes in with the fast time qualifier tonight. Ty Majeski takes second. Brad Paul took third. Sean Paff was fourth. Harley Jankowski fifth, and Matt Henderson was sixth. So our top 6 in qualifying for the late models. All right, a Hornets heat out there. Let's line them up for you if we have time. The 77 car looks like it's on the pole. Next to the 77 car, can't catch the number from here. I think it's the 41. I think that's Stanfield, I believe. Let's see as it comes by here. Yep, that's Stanfield in the 41. Row 2 has the 25 car. Berg next to the row 2 car is the 03 of Thompson. Garrett Tickey in the number 1. Patrick Tickey in the 56. The 23 car out there is Jordan Freehill. And they're headed for a green flag now, so let's go to Dan Diker as he calls the race.
We're not going to send him out. Watch out, here we go!
Well, that was a fast yellow flag, came out fast and furious. We didn't even get him past the green flag to start here in that number 41 car. Stanfield spins out right in front of the entire pack. So we're going to line them back up again, and we'll get back to racing here in just a moment. I want to remind you our sponsor tonight, our featured sponsor is Jim Dandy, Tasty Eats and Frozen Treats out here on Highway 16 in West Salem. Great place to stop before or after the races. Be sure to swing in there for the most amazing hamburgers and French fries and frozen treats like soft serve ice cream. Lots of good food at Jim Dandy's Tasty Eats and Frozen Treats. Just past the track down there around where Neshonic Sports is. Same building, actually. Well, here they come once again. They're going to get the one to go green as they go by. And the 77 car, I think that's Piotrowski, is going to be on the pole this time. One to go. And that looks like maybe the, I'm not sure, can't catch, the 66 car next to Piotrowski. Here they come to the green flag. Let's go racing, everybody.
Flag racing!
All righty, they heard you, Dalton. They're heading off, buddy. Kim Strom around the Monkey Man John Piotrowski. He will try to take this race home by himself. He'll jump into the race lead, lap number 1 of 8 in the books. It's going to be Strom. Here comes Jeff Thompson on the outside of the Monkey Man John Piotrowski. Kim Strom having a field day with the Hornets so far. Here comes Chris Bergen of Actrick. He'll slide into second. Thompson's third. Monkey Man John Piotrowski fourth. And it's a battle of the chickies for the top 5. Out of turn 4 comes Kim Strom.
On the halfway home.
That's right. 4 down, 4 to go. Dalton yells that one out. Kim Eckelberg will be driving the 66 in the Queen Bees later on tonight. Berg a solid second. Still a battle for third between Garrett Tickey and Jeff Thompson. Thompson may just have him at the line. Side-by-side duo still battle for third. 2 laps remain. Chris Berg slowly trying to reel in Kim Strom out of West Salem.
There's the white flag.
He heard him. 4 left turns remain for Strom. Berg is slowly but surely catching the back end of the 66. Dickey's third.
There's the checkered flag.
Side-by-side battle for the top spot. Strom will take it home. Berg second. Dickey third. Thompson fourth. And Garrett Dickey rounds out the top 5.
There you go, top 5 for you in the Hornet race. That's heat number 2. We've got a third heat of Hornets coming up here. The top 5 at each of our heats tonight will advance to tonight's feature race. So stick around. Back in just a moment. You're watching Knights of Thunder on KT. Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson. We've got another heat race of Hornets out there for you. Lindvig is leading them in that 17 car with Matt Miller next to him. Williamson and Linehan in row 2. Mark Lethe and Lemoyne in row 3. Row 4, Hunter Miller and the 51 car. And then the 87 car and the 18, I believe that's John Towner in the at the back of the pack of the 18 car tonight. So here we go, headed for a green flag. Let's go to Dan Diker as he calls the race.
And a green flag flies. John Towner's the 18. I tell you what, race fans, the driver of the number 87 is here from Rockford, Illinois. Chevy Cavalier of the 87 of Matt Cornell. Lindvig, Lethe, and Miller running 1, 2, and 3. The Cornell Construction 87 all the way from Rockford, Illinois, joining us here tonight. Lethe trying to follow up with his brother for a race win down below the 33. Lethe is going to lose the 2 spot. Front end damage, gets clipped on the side pass. He's got nowhere to go. And the 18 of Towner goes off the racetrack. The caution's going to fly. Lethe's got all kinds of problems. Smoke, tires cut, bumpers shaking. He tagged that turn 2 tire awfully hard. We're going to send out the Pischke Mopar pickup to shove it back into place. Our third and final qualifying heat race for the Ants Complete Pest Control Hornets.
So a little pause in the action here as we reset things. Gives me a chance to remind you that one of our sponsors tonight, Ace of Lacrosse, located in the Shelby Mall, Sportsland down there. If you're a fisherman or a hunter or any kind of sportsman, you'll find everything you need, including free advice, right there at Ace of Lacrosse on the south side there. So next time you're headed out to do a little fishing down around Goose Island maybe, it's a place to stop for everything you need. Getting them lined back up once again. This shouldn't take long. They got that tire put back in position. So they'll come past the flag stand and we'll give them a 1 to go green as they come around here. Lindvig was really leading the pack too. He had quite a lead. So this tightens everything up once again. Hunter Miller will be right next to him, front row. Brandon Lemoyne in row 2, on with Sammy Linehan. And Williamson. And looks like Mulliken in the 51. And then the 121 is Matt Miller. And Matt Cornell in the 87. So here we go. We're going to see Thunderstocks in a moment, but first we've got to finish this up. We've got 6 laps to go for these Hornets. Let's go to Dan Diker as we come back to green once again.
In turn 4 on the accelerators. Let's drop the green. And Lindvig runs back out to the top spot. Hunter Miller has got a win so far this year. He'll battle with Lemoyne for the number 2 position. Slamming Sammy Linehan all by herself in 4th. Justin Mulliken, sportsman driver, inside the top 5. Somewhat of a different setup for Mulliken. Not as much horsepower, smaller car. Lemoyne jumps into 2nd over Hunter Miller. Mustang Racing in all 4 corners of the Action Track quarter mile, being led by Jason Lindvig. Here comes Lemoyne and Miller. Towner's back on the racetrack, and the Caledonia Oil number 18. White flag flies for Lindvig. Here's the battle for 2nd, Miller and Lemoyne. Two more cranks of the wheel to the left in the front straightaway. Here comes Durant's Complete Pest Control Hornet. Qualifying heat winner, Jason Lindvig. Lemoyne 2nd, Miller 3rd, Linehan 4th, and Mulliken is in the top 5.
And the top 5 will advance on to tonight's feature race for the Hornets coming up later tonight. Time to switch over to Thunder Stocks. We're going to roll them out here in just a moment. A couple of Thunder Stock heat races. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Knights of Thunder on KQEG. Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson trackside. We've got the Thunder Stocks out there now on the quarter mile action track, and see if we can line them up for you pretty quick here. That number 28 car is Malum. Next to him is the 02 car, Bill Schott, I believe, in the 02 car. Then the 74 car of Kyle Lockington in row 2. Next to Kyle is the 23 car of Melissa Roosh. And in row 3, the 72 of Nathan White and the 01 of Charles Vian Jr. Here they come to the green flag. Let's go to Dan Diker for the call of the race.
Bill Schott for a moment looked like he was going to take the race lead. At a turn 2 he does. How about 3 wide racing to the back straightaway? It's a Malum Samic. Malum survives. Melissa Roosh survives. They're running 2nd and 3rd. Bill Schott coming out of Toma. The Schott repair number 02. 3rd place tussle is between Lockington and Roosh. Three wide again in the corners of 1 and 2. It's a Roosh sandwich this time. Malum almost hits the back straight wall, drops back 2 spots. Jumping up into 3rd that time by Nathan 1 car White in the 72. 77 Chevy Monte Carlo. And he's on the hunt for number 2 position now. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Malum punts the wall in turn 1, bounces off, and here he comes down the back straightaway. Vian Jr., a feature winner earlier this year, having a hard time getting out of that number 4 position. 2 laps remaining on the Ashley Furniture scoreboard. Malum, the tough road to climb all the way back towards the back end as the white flag flies for Schott. Vian on the outside rail. He's going to challenge Nathan White for the number 3 and 4 spot. Checkered flag is out. Coming from Tomah, Wisconsin, your heat race winner, Bill Schott. Lockington second, White third, Vian fourth, and Melissa Rouge rounds out the top 5.
There's your top 5 in our Thunderstock first heat tonight. Bill Schott gets his first win of 2015 in a heat race. And coming up, we've got another Thunderstock heat race as they roll them out. Led by Kayla Ray Lockington. Kayla Ray picking up her first feature race ever, I think last week it was. And down the backstretch they come. We'll line them up for you. Kayla Ray Lockington in the number 30 car. Next to Kayla is the 46 car. That's Caleb Hardy out of Sparta, Wisconsin. In the 27 car, we've got Ron White out of Camp Douglas. Buick LeSabre he's driving. These are great old cars. The 19 car, of course, is Andy Moore. Andy Moore driving a 73 Chevy Monte Carlo. And at the back there, at the back of the pack in the trunk, the number 13 car of Jacinda Path. Jacinda out of Sparta, Wisconsin. A lot of our Thunderstock drivers are from Sparta, Wisconsin. Charles Vian, Megan Scholze, Jacinda Path, Andy Moore, Caleb Hardy. A number of them out of Sparta. All right, they get the one to go green as they come past the flag stand. Coming up, the Queen Bees are going to be out here next. Stick around for that. Then we'll have another Thunderstock dash, and then they'll wind up the Sportsmen and bring them out. All right, down the backstretch they come, headed to a green flag. 8 laps coming up. Let's go to Dan Diker.
We're going to find out. Green flag flies. Lockington out to a race lead with a half lap in. Ron White in tow running second. Almost bringing the rear end around there in turns 3 and 4. Ron White out of Camp Douglas, Wisconsin, last year's Rookie of the Year. Trying to chase down last week's feature winner, Lockington. A little bit of a love tap from behind with White, letting Lockington know I'm back here and I'm on the move. As is Jacinda Path from the back row, now challenging Moore for third. Jacinda Path trying to get it done, running the outside rail. Week number 1 feature winner, this time by halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Andy Moore now decides to run the outside rail. Can he capture the spot Ron White has? Two and a half remain for Lockington. Here comes Moore on the outside rail. Drag race is on. Side-by-side battle for the number 1 spot now is Lockington and Moore. This time by, the white flag will fly. One of these two could end up your victor. It's Moore at the line. Checkered flag is in hand. Your second and final auto value heat race winner is Andy Moore. Lockington second, a White third. That was awfully close for that 4th and 5th spot.
There you go. That's our second heat race for the Thunderstocks tonight. Going to roll the Queen Bees out here in just a moment, everybody, so stick around. We'll be back. You're watching Knights of Thunder on KQEG TV. Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson trackside. Here we go. We've got the Queen Bees out here now. Let's see if I can run down their names and numbers here for you. The 66 car is Kim Eckelberg. The 51 is Missy Thompson. The 26 is Lindsay Bornitz. The 7 is Michaela Linehan. The 72 is Ruth Inglet. The 77 is Brandy Hundorf. The K94 is Wendy Leach. The 51 is Bryn Grosskopf. The 41 is Darla Olson. The 87, Janice Grisnier. And the 18 is Kayla Steinhoff. So on the pole, Missy Thompson leads him into the green flag. Let's go to Dan Diker.
So your race leader is Bryn Grosskopf. Darla Olson's running second. Said she hasn't run these things in about 15 years. Brandy Hundorf running third. Kim Eckelberg running fourth. Michaela Linehan running fifth. Kim Eckelberg has won the Queen Bees about 6 or 7 times. Tell you what, Bryn Grosskopf may have just cost Jeff Thompson some seat time. Boy, she's just on a rail. Darla Olson second. Kim Eckelberg third. The 18, Kayla Steinhoff, who knows the action track quarter mile, as she used to run a Thunderstock, is running fourth. And she's on the move. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Eckelberg running the outside rail. She'll get past Olson. Of course, Darla Olson, the mother of Hornet driver Cheyenne Stanfield. So Grosskopf's your leader. Eckelberg second. But Steinhoff had a baby about 2 weeks ago. Not bad, jumping in a race car. Couple of laps remaining for the Queen Bees. Grosskopf's led this from the beginning of the race. Out of turn 4 she comes. She'll get the white flag. Eckelberg and Steinhoff second and third. Olson fourth. Ruth Inglet's in the top 5. Checkered flag flies for Bryn Grosskopf. Eckelberg second, Steinhoff third. Darla Olson will take fourth. And Ruth Ann Inglet rounds out the top 5.
There you go, our top 5 in the Queen Bees. Racing those Hornets out there. Well, we're back to Thunderstocks here in just a moment, folks. We're going to roll out some Thunderstocks for the Thunderstock Dash before we get to Sportsman. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. You're watching Knights of Thunder on KQEG TV. Back right after this. Welcome back, race fans. Once again, Thunderstocks are out there, and we've got a dash to put on for you. 5-lap dash here for a little cash. And on the pole is Kyle Lockington in that number 74. Kayla Ray next to him in the 30. Row 2 is Bill Schatz in the 02, and Andy Moore in the 19. Here they come to the flag. Let's go to Dan Diker.
Turn 4, Thunderstock, green flag, Bud Dash Racing. Brother and sister going door to door in the dash. Kyle will take the race lead. Lockington shot, Lockington Moore. Of course, Schott and Moore won heat races earlier tonight. 3 to go this time by. Shots in hot pursuit of Lockington. Hold on. Shot slides her into turns 2 and 3 and enables Moore to catch up. Going to get awfully tight here with 2 to go. Lockington's on the hammer this time by. We're going to drop the laundry. 1 lap remaining in the Bud Dash. What does Andy Moore have for Lockington? He'll drop to the low part of the track. Moore files in line behind. Moore's going to go to the inside. Lockington spins his tires on a turn 2. Checkered flag is out. Their leader's going around. Anybody going to hold on? Who's going to win? Andy Moore!
Whoa, talk about your big finish there. Wow, what a big finish for our Thunderstock Dash as Lockington goes around in a circle. And Bill Schott comes right at him. And Andy Moore.
Oh, here you go, race fans. The 19 black flag.
No, they black flagged the 19. Andy Moore gets the black flag, and Kayla Ray Lockington wins the dash. And here she comes into the winner's circle. I'll be darned. Well, that's a big change. All right, coming up, we've got a Sportsman Dash. We're going to start out with the 6 fastest qualifiers tonight, followed by a couple of heats of sportsmen. So stick around, folks. Back right after this. You're watching Knights of Thunder, brought to you tonight by Jim Dandy's Tasty Eats and Frozen Treats. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, race fans. Rick Wilson trackside. Our Sportsman Dash about to get underway here. The 6 fastest qualifiers in the Sportsman division tonight are out on the track. We'll line them up for you here. Justin Mulliken in the 51 will be on the pole. Next to him, Jimmy Gilster in the 33 card. In row 2, on the outside, the 07 of Champagne Tony Lease, or rather on the inside, I should say. On the outside is Brian Hesselberg in the number 5 car. And on the inside, Billy Martin, Billy Doc Martin in the 39, and on the outside, the number 8 of Clements. Nick Clements almost beat the track record, which he set about 3-4 weeks ago here, but he missed it by 0.06 of a second. Came that close to setting a new track record tonight. Here they come, 2x2 into turns 3 and 4. Let's go to Dan Diker as he calls the race.
The kick into gear, out of turn 4, we're going to toss the green. Jimmy Gilster won a feature a couple of weekends ago. Lease won it last weekend. Hesselberg coming up like a crash last weekend. Mulliken getting stronger every weekend so far in 2015. He'll lead lap number 1. And Jimmy Crackhorn Gilster from the front row to the back, just like that. Mulliken hopping from a sportsman to a Hornet back into a sportsman. He'll lead lap number 2. Here comes Tony Lees jumping to the outside. Clements from the back row to 3rd that chases on for the top spot. Mulliken still on the inside, Lease on the outside. Who's going to have it at the stripe? Awfully close to call. Mulliken again, white knuckles it down the back straightaway. Sees Lease to his right. Lease about a half-car advantage in. He backs out just slightly. Lap 4 down. Now Mulliken's got his hands full. Bobbles in 2. Lease will take the race lead. Clements into 3rd. A white flag flies. 1 to go for the Bud Dash. Your top 2 drivers finished 1 and 2 in the feature last week. Lease and Clements. Is there enough real estate for the number 8? Clements coming on strong. All over the back end of the 07. Checkered flies for Tony Lease. Clements came from the back row to lose that by about a quarter of a car length.
Yeah, you give him another 100 yards, and I think Nick Clements would have won that race. Boy, that was a close one. What a great finish. We've got another sportsman heat coming up, and it looks like Mandy Eckelberg's down there, Dan Thompson, and Jamie Dummer. So we'll get back here in just a moment. Quick break, though. Back in a moment, watching Knights of Thunder on KQEG TV. Welcome back, race fans. Back here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Rick Wilson along with Dan Dyker. Sportsmen are out there. They're tuning up, getting ready for a heat here. Let's line them up for you. On the pole this time, Andy Burrow. Next to Andy is Kurt Eckelberg in the 60X. Make that Mandy Eckelberg in the 68 car. On the inside, the 15, Bemis. On the outside, Thompson, the 03. On the inside, Brad Wortham. On the outside, Jamie Dummer, the 86. On the inside, that's Bob Fort, the 97. On the outside, the number 7 is John Radke. And the 158 back of the pack there in the blue and yellow, that is Matt Helgeson. So down the backstretch they go, 2 by 2. Here comes the power. Let's go to Dan Dyker as he calls the race green.
Down the back straightaway, out of turn 4. Burrow sets the pace, green flag flies. Burrow and Eckelberg in row 1. Jim Thompson, a solid third by himself already. Here comes Dummer trying to catch back up to go 2 by 2. Way, here we go! Bemis into Ford down the back straightaway. Here we go. Ford dives into the pits. Helgerson dives into the grass. And without completing a lap, we've got 3 cars cattywampus. So Jake Bemis getting sideways down the back straightaway. He's still on the racetrack. Helgerson had to chew up some grass to avoid that. Bob Ford had to jump back in the pits. Looks like he might have cut down a tire. The race crew of the 97 feverishly trying to get it up on the jack stands. So it looks like the 158 of Helgerson's going to dive down into the pit stall. 97's got it up. Looks like they're going to try to get a quick tire change before the field comes back around. Quick Trip NASCAR Late Model Heat feature race number 1 lining up on the back straightaway. The stars of the Speedway when it talks about late models. 2 by 2, they will line them up on a turn 4. Front row remains the same. Andrew Burrows and Mandy Eckelberg. Thompson and Wortham, then it's going to be Dummer and Radke. Bemis, who took a shot to the side there, will start things off in the trunk. Helgerson's back on. They're still trying to get a tire on Fort's 97. Again, they race out of turn 4. Burrows and Eckelberg set the pace. We're back to green. A tight 5-car bunch back up front as Burrows will take the race lead. Eckelberg back to second with Thompson. Silver slingshot, Jeff Thompson runs the outside rail. Here comes the slingshot move from Thompson. Door to door he goes with Burrow. And Burrows will lead lap number 2. Thompson sticking and staying to the outside. Dummer and Warthen pinned against each other down the back straightaway. Thompson again tries to wrestle away the race lead. Burrows says nothing, go, and they're still door-to-door in the corners. Top 4 could win this. Warthen's on the move, and Thompson's your race leader. Jeff Thompson jumps into the high groove and takes the race lead. He'll bring Warthen with him. Burrows back to 3rd, Dummer's 4th, Eckelberg in the top 5. Challenge now for 3rd will be Dummer and Burrows. Past the halfway mark, 4 down and 4 to go. Jeff Thompson's got a whole mirror full of the 22 as they race each other down the back straight. Thompson, a checkered flag winner last weekend. Warthen still searching for his first of the year. Brad Warthen's now going to the inside of Jeff Thompson. Former rookies of the year, 2 years ago and last year, running panel to panel. 2 to go this time by. Warthen slides into the race lead. Thompson catches back up. Dummer's got the best seat in the house. One bobble and the 86 could find himself on the front. Thompson running the outside rail. Dummer puts his nose in. 2 by 2 for 2nd. This time by, the laundry flies, 1 to go. In the back, Eckelberg and Venus trying to wrestle that last place position away from one another. Warthen out to a steady race lead now, 10 car lengths. Dummer gets into 2nd. Checkered flag flies. The race to the Mayo Clinic finish line is Brad Warthen. Dummer 2nd, Thompson 3rd, Burrows 4th, and Venus will round out the top 5.
Brad Warthen picks up his first win this year here at the Speedway. Congratulations to Brad. What a great job he did tonight. The 22 comes in first. The 86 takes 2nd on that one. And coming up, folks, we've got late models. The feature race is going to be started in just a moment. As you can see, they're lined up back there on the back stretch of the quarter-mile action track, getting ready to get underway. So our first of 2 late model twin 20s coming up in just a moment. We'll take this break, and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back, race fans. Our first late model feature race about to get underway. We've got the late models out there. We're lining them up, lighting the fires and scrubbing the tires. Coming up in just a moment here, we'll get things underway. We'll see if we can line them up quickly for you. Cole Howland, I believe, will be our man on the pole. Looks like he is. Jeremy Wagner will be right next to him in row 1. Matt Henderson and Sean Paff will be in row 2. On the inside, Brad Powell in row 3. Next to him will be Harley Jankowski. On the inside of row 4, Adam Degenhardt. In the 03 next to him, Ty Majeski. In row 5, Steve Carlson on the inside. Mike Carlson on the outside. In row 6, Jack Litzheim on the inside. Jamie Dummer on the outside. Jason Dummer, excuse me. Row 7, Christensen, Carter Christensen on the inside. Cam Gazelski on the outside. Row 8, Jonathan Eckelberg on the inside. And Kurt Eckelberg on the outside. It looks like Jimmy Summerfield has moved to the back, so I think it'll be Scott Rand and Boomer Olson, and then Travis Christensen and Pataska, and Jimmy Summerfield at the back of the pack. Pace truck is pulling off. Here we go. Jim Dandy brings you the twin 20s tonight, and this is our first late model.
Green! Down the back straightaway we go. The shuffling continues. Leading around lap number 1 of all these late models is Cole Howland. Wagner second, followed by Pat Henderson. Howell and James Houston still moving toward the 4th and 5th. Still back in the field, Tom Majeski, Adam Degenhardt, last week's feature winner Steve Carlson. He's won 3 straight. Still awfully tight quarters back up front. Sean Path over the back end of Jeremy Wagner's 18 car. Bumper to bumper, they come out of the corners. Cole Howland has now opened up a 10-car advantage. Wagner trying to hold off former track champ Sean Path for second. In and out of the corners. Path, a half-car advantage over Jeremy Wagner. Still in the top 5 is Henderson and Powell. Path will take second. Cole Howland letting everybody jockey for position from behind as he is opening up. 6 laps down, 14 to go, feature number 1. It's Path second, Wagner third, Powell fourth, and Henderson the top 5. Powell on the accelerator. He'll peel away for the 33 of Henderson. He's jumped into 4th. Cole Howell about to put Jeff Pataska a lap down. 13 laps remain. All the leaders single file getting around Pataska. Cole Howland, second time here in 2015, is really opened up a considerable lead. Now Sean Path slows up in the corners. Jeremy Wagner's got his number 2 spot back again. Eckelberg and Summerfield about to go a lap down. Wagner up the racetrack he goes. Path will steal the second position back again. Powell into third. Here comes Steve Carlson. We're at the halfway mark. So at the halfway mark, it's Howland, followed by Path, Powell, Carlson. Degenhardt, Majeski is way off the pace as Wagner. He's lost 6 positions and a half a track. Oh, here we go in turn 2 and 3 and 4. Dummer goes round and round. Avoiding that is Scott Rand and Jeff Pataska as Dummer spun him around. Out comes the Whelen caution period.
Best thing that could have happened for Sean Path, probably. Give him a chance to catch up here. Cole Howland had him by about 10 car lengths, I think. He was running away with it. And now we'll have to line them up again. They'll bring out the cone, and the drivers will get to choose inside and outside. At the moment, Jason Dummer trying to get that thing refired. I don't think he's gotten it. He's either, maybe he's stuck in the grass. I'm not sure. There he goes. He's starting to get her moving now. Might have a tire problem there. Let's see what happens when he comes out. No, looking pretty good. So he'll move to the back of the field since he brought out the caution flag. And then in the meantime, we'll get everybody lined up. Drivers will get a chance to drive past the cone and decide whether they want inside or outside. 9 laps yet to go as we continue with our first of twin 20s tonight. Late models are looking good. We got a lot of them out there tonight too. About 21 late models. And that wasn't enough to lose anybody on that one. Get everybody lined up and we'll bring out the cone here. We should be coming out right after this. Yep, here comes the cone now. So drivers now, as they come past the flag stand, will choose either the inside lane or the outside lane. And that can mean a lot strategically. Let's see how this goes. Cole Holland most likely will go inside. Sean Paff, will he go outside? We'll find out. No, Paff goes inside. Powell will go to the outside. Carlson goes inside and Degenhart goes inside. Majeski will take the outside. Wagner the inside. Henderson and Carlson the outside. Jankowski cuts inside. Litzheim goes inside. Travis Christensen inside. Scott Randall come outside. Heckelberg inside. Dzelski outside. Summerfield inside. Pataska's going to go inside. Dummer's going to go inside. Kurt Eckelberg will come outside. And Carter Christensen will go to the inside. So this will be an interesting start. Sean Paff decided to stick in behind Cole Holland rather than try to jump him at the start. May not feel his tires are in a position to hold him in that upper groove. But Brad Powell jumps up there, and Ty Majeski now in row 2, and Steve Carlson on the inside of row 3. We've got 6 of the fastest cars out here in the front 3 rows of this feature race. Pace truck has turned its lights out. He'll pull off. Drivers will line up 2 by 2. And we'll head to the green flag now as they come out of turn 4. Let's go to Dan Diker.
Oh, here comes Howell, who had a huge lead earlier. And Powell, Amber Green. BP Brad Powell having a subpar past couple of weeks. Jumps in front of Howell, and he's your race leader. Here comes Majeski, Paff, and Carlson. Majeski gets past Paff onto the outside rail. He'll jump into third. Majeski has seen a lot of success here at the La Crosse Speedway the past 2 years. Single file formation for the first 7 or 8 cars. Here comes Carlson. He'll take the inside groove on Sean Paff this time. Side by side they go for 4th. 6 to go. Could Carlson's string of 3 straight features be snapped on the first feature tonight? Seymour, Wisconsin's Ty Majeski slowly trying to reel in Mr. Calm Cole Holland in the number 1 spot. 5 laps remain. Majeski over the back bumper of Howland. He's going to bring Carlson with him. The top 3 or 4 have not yet been decided. 4 to go this time by. Second, third, and fourth are all nose to tail. Howland, Majeski, and Carlson. Look at those 3 drivers. Oh, here we go! Howland takes a tap from behind. Pfaff's going to go round and round with him. And out comes the Whelen caution period with 3 laps remaining. This will set up an interesting restart in feature number 1.
Well, out comes the yellow once again. And again, they'll bring the cone out, and the drivers will choose inside and outside, and they'll dash for the last 3 laps. So again, Brad Powell, who this time was out ahead of everybody, is going to be pulled back in. And it'll probably be Brad Powell on the inside and Ty Majeski on the outside, with Steve Carlson right behind him. Not sure where Sean Pfaff is going to end up here, but they'll see what they decide, where they decide to put him. It might have been Cole Howland that actually precipitated that yellow flag. Majeski seems to be slipping back.
This one. 4 cars going to the back. Sean Pfaff goes to the back. Majeski, the 91, goes to the back. The 03 of Degenhardt goes to the back.
Wow.
And the 1 of Howland. So 4 hard chargers going to the back of the pack, and Steve Carlson still has a chance to win his 4th straight feature.
Watch out. Yeah. So Brad Powell will be still in the front, but some of the top contenders tonight have just gotten pushed to the back because of that yellow flag that just came out. Majeski, Pfaff, Cole Howland, all moved to the back, leaving Powell and Carlson and Wagner and Jankowski and Henderson as the top 5. Now once again, we're waiting for the judges to finish lining them up here, letting everybody know where they should be, and then we'll bring the cone out. We continue under yellow flag. First 2 restarts are usually side-by-side restarts. And yep, they're going to bring the cone out now. Adam Degenhardt coming back out onto the track. The cone is out, and here they come. Let's see how the drivers, strategically, what they decide to do here. Brad Powell looks like he will go inside, and Carlson will go inside. Wagner inside. Jankowski goes outside. Henderson goes outside. Mike Carlson inside. Christensen inside. Litzheim outside. Scott Rand goes outside. Gazelski inside. Carter Christensen outside. Dummer goes outside. Eckelberg and Eckelberg goes inside and outside. Majeski inside. Pfaff inside. Howland, Summerfield, Pataska all inside, and Degenhardt also. So let's get a look at them now as they come past the flag stand one more time and see how the field lines up now. Still some heavy horses up there. Brad Powell looks like he will be on the pole. And right next to him is Harley Jankowski, Steve Carlson and Matt Henderson in row 2, Wagner and Litzheim in row 3, Mike Carlson and Scott Rand in row 4, Christensen and Christensen in row 5. And we've got 3 laps to go. Here we go. 20 late models. Into the turn. Let's go to Dan Diker.
Can Carlson make it 4 in a row? Green flag flies. And Powell will regain the race lead. Your first and second of the points run door to door. Carlson and Jankowski. They need to finish up front to make the points stay tight. It all comes down to this for feature one. Carlson's on the move. 1 to go. Powell, Carlson, Jankowski, Wagner in 4th. Henderson 5th. Oh, and the caution's gonna fly again. A car spun on the back straightaway. Scott Rand in exit of turn number 3 spun around in harm's way, and that'll start things off now with a single wide restart, green, white, checkered.
Single file restart coming up for 1 lap. 1 lap. Brad Powell, can he do it? Can Carlson get around him and win another one? What about Harley Jankowski? Can he get back in there? We're going to find out in just a moment. Single file, they lead him around. Today now might be a good time to call Pizza Corral and order that pizza that you've been wanting. If you live in Holmen or Trempealeau, call our friends at Pizza Corral. They'll have it to you before we get to our second late model feature race. Pizza Corral in Trempealeau and Holmen.
So race fans, this will be a battle of horses.
All right, down the backstretch they come, single file. Flagman has the white flag and the green flag in hand. Here we go. Let's go to Dan Diker for the final call.
Lap remaining. Here we go. It's all or nothing right now. Carlson's got his nose on the inside. Can Carlson turn it into 4 race wins in a row? Out of turn 4 we come. Your feature race winner is going to be Brad Powell. Carlson and Jankowski 2nd and 3rd.
Whoa. What a great finish to an exciting race. Brad Powell takes one for himself, and Steve Carlson makes it 2nd this time. 3rd place goes to Harley Jankowski. There's your top 3. Dan Diker now headed down to the front stretch here. Dan is going to take a moment to interview our drivers. We'll try to keep it here. Coming up, of course, after this, we've got a Hornets semi-feature race, where the top 5 out of the semi will advance to the final Hornet feature race. Then a Thunderstock feature will be coming up, and then the Hornet feature and a Sportsman feature, and then finally another late model 20-lap feature race. Dan Diker is down on the front stretch now, waiting for the drivers to pop out of their cars, and he'll take a moment to interview them. They're also going to bring out the draw some numbers to determine who's going to be where in the next 20-lap feature race. So let's go down there now as Dan Diker, oh, wait a minute, they're not getting Harley Jankowski not out of his car just, here he comes. Let's go to Dan Diker, who's down on the front stretch.
Tonight he'll remain 2nd in points, Harley Jankowski. So we talk about a couple of restarts right there. Did the restarts help you or hurt you?
I think they helped me because my car was really tight and we over adjusted from the dash.
How's the track feel now that the temperatures have cooled down?
It's actually really good, so I can't wait for the next feature to see what we can do.
All right, 3rd place, feature 1, Harley Jankowski. 2nd place tonight, he'll remain your point leader after feature race number 1, Steve Carlson. Well, I tell you, Steve, you gave her all you got.
Yeah, I come up a little short.
You know, it's kind of interesting. You usually like that outside rail on restarts. On that second one, you stay to the inside.
Well, both of them actually, I stay to the inside. That top groove's a little slippery tonight, and I just felt my car was better in the bottom.
Any major changes to the next race?
No, I don't think so. The car's pretty good.
All right, second place tonight. Give it up for Steve Carlson. Feature race winner after coming back with a couple of subpar weekends. He's back on top. BP Brad Powell. Same question for Harley right there. Did the restarts obviously help or hurt?
The first restart helped. The second one, no. The car was too tight on entry. It needs heat. And the tires, the longer it runs, the better it got. So, I don't know. I tried to keep as much heat in it under the cautions and do what I could do.
Past couple of weeks, you've not performed where you want to perform like people know Brad Powell to. What's different with the car tonight?
Everything. We started out, well, you know, we're never happy, so we started the season out with something completely different. And didn't work, so we went back to what we know works.
All righty, he's your first feature race winner. River City Ready Mix 23, Brad Powell. Daytona's got a trophy for him, our junior trophy gal tonight. All right, Ant's Complete Pest Control feature coming up next. OJ, how about a 50-50?
All right, coming up in just a moment now, we're going to have a semi-feature coming up with the Hornets. So stick around, folks. Lots more racing coming your way as Knights of Thunder continues right after this. Back, everybody. Rick Wilson trackside as we've got the Hornets out there for a B feature race. The top 5 out of this race will advance to the feature race, the main feature, later on tonight. See if we can line them up for you there. That 63, I believe, is Stumlin. Next to Stumlin, the 77 of Piotrowski. In row 2, it's the 13 car of Cheyenne Williamson and the number 8 of Jeff Von Ruden. In row 3, Carpenter and Miller. In row 4, Stansfield and Freehill, Jordan Freehill. In row 5 is Cornell and Clausen. In row 6, the 41 car of Cheyenne Stanfield and the 18 of Jay Towner. And then the 78 of Johnny Clutchpedal. And next to him is the 05 of Kevin Thompson. And the 33 is Mark Lethe, and next to him is Paul Malum in the 12 car. That pretty much has them all lined up out there. And the flag man is reaching for the green flag, so next time by they should get the one to go green. And we've got a 10-lap B feature race coming up here. Top 5 will advance to the Hornet feature race a little later on. At 78. All right, we're getting underway here. Here we go to green flag. Let's go to Dan Diker.
Racing. Jeff Stumlin will jump out to the race lead. The Monkey Man John Piotrowski back to second. Von Ruden is up into third. Williamson fourth. Miller fifth. That's your top 5 currently. Cheyenne Stanfield takes it round and round at turns 3 and 4. Can she get it refired? Leaders are coming around. She gets it out of harm's way. No caution. Stumlin, Piotrowski, Von Ruden, Williamson, and now Stanfield. We'll take the top 5 to the feature event. Stanfield gets it back in line. Here comes Carpenter with a challenge in the 4 car. Williamson almost put up a 3-car sandwich. Leaders down front, Stumlin, Piotrowski, Von Ruden, Stanfield, and Williamson. So the 4, Matt Carpenter, is trying to get a transfer position as Cheyenne Stanfield will have to take it off the racetrack. Here's your battle for transferring down below. Williamson and the 4 of Carpenter. Williamson will give up the pass going too high in turn 2. Carpenter can transfer in now. Racing in all 4 corners of the Action Track quarter mile. About 3.5 laps remaining. Now 3 for Jeff Stumlin. Again, the top 5 make the feature. 2 to go for the 63 and the 77 and the 8, 72 and 4 currently. This time by, the white flag will fly for the 63 of Jeff Stumlin, coming out of Holman in his Honda Civic. Wild ride for yellow and blue. Meanwhile, the checkers will come out white and black. Consolation race winner Jeff Stumlin. Second goes the Monkey Man John Petrowski. Third will be the 8 of Von Ruden. 72 is Stanfield, and Carpenter, your final transfer car for the Ants Complete Pest Control Hornets.
There you go. That's your top 5. They'll be moving on to transferring to the Hornet feature race later on. Coming up next, the Thunderstocks will be out here with another feature race. Stick around, folks. Knights of Thunder continues right after this. Welcome back, race fans. Thunderstocks are on the Action quarter mile as we're getting ready for a Thunderstock feature race. They'll go at it for 15 laps coming up here in just a moment. On the pole is Scott Malum. Next to him, Bill Schatz in the 0-2. Row 2 is Hardy and Lockington, Kyle Lockington. Row 3, Melissa Roosh and Nathan White. Row 4, Andy Moore and the 13 of Jacinda Path. Row 5 is Charles Vian Jr. and the 27 of Ron White. We've got the 30 at the back of the pack of Kayla Ray Lockington. So that's how they line up this time for the Thunderstock feature race. They got the 1 to go green one more time around, and we're back to racing. Yet to come, we've got a Hornets feature race next. That'll be followed by the Sportsman feature race. And last but not least, another late model 20-lap feature race. Here we go. Let's go to Dan Dyker for the call of the green.
Auto Value Thunderstock's 15-lapper is underway. Bill Schott from Tomah, Wisconsin takes the early race lead. Malum's put him a 3-wide sandwich. Nathan 1 car away, running the outside rail. He'll file outside of that, as will Hardy. 3 wide for Andy Moore. Nowhere to go towards the back. Lockington all over the back end of Schatz 0-2. Here comes White and Hardy, Roosh and Vian. Top 4 cars starting to race away from everybody else. Schott and Lockington, Hardy and White. Here comes Moore on the rail. Here we go. Jacinda Path almost took it sideways down the front straightaway. Still too tight to call up front. Top 3 running single file. It's Schott. Lockington jumps to the outside rail. Hardy's running third. White, Moore, and Vian. Awfully tight corners. Everybody playing bumper tag for positions 1 through 6. 9 to go on the Action Track quarter mile. Oh, Hardy gets bent out of shape that time. He'll lose 3 positions. Nathan One Car White's up to 3rd. He'll bring Andy Moore and Vian with him, your top 5. White to the outside. This time by 7 to go. One of these 5 drivers at the halfway mark will claim victorious possibly. Bill Schott from Tomah, Wisconsin. Still your race leader, the 0-2. Then it's Lockington, Moore, White, Vian. Same position this time by. Now Andy Moore's caught White. The battle for 3rd goes door to door. Five laps remain. 5 Auto Value Thunderstocks, all gunning for the checkers. Led by Bill Schott. Moore gets past White. He'll run the outside rail. He's got Lockington as a partner door to door. Bill Schott maybe running out of real estate. Here comes Andy Moore. 3 to go. Bill Schott has led since lap number 1. Laps winding down. Andy Moore, your race leader. Schott back to 2nd, Lockington 3rd. Charles Vian Jr. moves into 4th, nose to tail. White flag flies, 1 to go for Andy Moore. Checkered flag is out, your Auto Value Thunderstock. Feature race winner, Andy Moore. Schott 2nd, Lockington 3rd, Vian 4th. And Nathan One Car White rounds out the top 5.
And that's our Thunderstock feature race for tonight. Andy Moore once again wins himself another feature right here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Well, coming up yet, folks, our Sportsman feature and another late model feature. So more to go. Stick around. Back in just a moment. You're watching Knights of Thunder on KQED. Welcome back, race fans. Time for a Hornet feature race. Before we get to that Sportsman race, let's take a look at these Hornets. On the pole this time for this 15-lap feature race, Josh Viner. Next to him, the number 1 car off Garrett Dickey. Then Mulliken and Bornitz in row 2. Row 3's got the 03 of Thompson, the number 7 of Linehan. Row 4 has Chalmers and Patrick Dickey. Row 5 has Hunter Miller and Nate Towner. Row 6 is Chris Berg and Brandon Lemoyne. Row 7, the number 50 car, Matt Lethe, and next to Lethe is the 66, I believe, of Kim Strom, it is. David True in that 17 car. Then we've got the 63 car, which is Stumlin. And I see the Pischke Motors pace truck has turned off the lights, so they're just about ready to get rolling here. Down the backstretch they come, side by side. And let's go to green flag with Dan Diker.
Guys, here we go. Josh Viner out to the early race lead. Ticky's back to 2nd, Bornitz into 3rd. And it's Mulliken and Thompson. 14 laps to go. Garrett Dickey to the outside of Viner again. He crawls back up side by side. They go with 2 laps in. Steve Bornitz in hot pursuit. Four-car log jam on a turn 2 down the back straightaway. It's going to be a mulligan sandwich. Patrick Tiggy and Jeff Thompson get around the 51 car. Still side by side with 4 laps in. Tiggy and Viner. Tiggy will take the race lead. Knock on wood, a very clean race so far. As Garrett Tiggy has opened up a 3-car advantage over Josh Viner. Oh, a collision with Steve Bornitz and Viner. Couple of sparks flying off the top 2. Bornitz jumps into second. Garrett Tiggy, new race leader. Patrick's now third. Nate Towner's got problems. Oh, his front right tire's seen better days. He might have broke a tie rod. Nate Towner with problems trying to get out of harm's way. He does. So to reset the field, Garrett Tiggy's your race leader. Steve Bornitz second. Patrick Tiggy third. Viner is fourth at the halfway mark. Thompson's fifth. Tough break for Nate Towner as he looks like he busted a tie rod in the front right end. Steve got racing in all 4 corners of the Action Speedway. Steve Bornitz has it down to a 2-car length for Garrett Tiggy. Patrick Tiggy, your point leaders, a solid third. And it's Viner, Thompson, and Hunter Miller now. Steve Bornitz looks to go to the outside rail. A lot of colliding going on down the front straightaway. Your leaders are about to get into some traffic, and Linehan may have a cut tire. Out she goes in the 7 car. Passing flag comes out, letting the tail end know the leaders are coming around. Here comes the log jam. It's Tiggy, Bornitz, and Tiggy. The top 3 trying to clear the 77 of Petrowski. Here comes the white flag, 1 to go. This is going to be interesting with your top 3. Can they get past the lap traffic? Goes to tail the top 3. Bornitz now jumps to the outside rail. Side by side. Lap traffic's going to not help Bornitz. It will help Tiggy get the race win. Bornitz second, Tiggy third. Viner fourth, Thompson at top 5.
There you go, your top 5 in our Hornets feature race tonight. Well, if we look down into turn number 4, we can see that the sportsmen are lining up, and we're going to get ready for a sportsman feature race coming up in just a moment. So stick around, everybody. Knights of Thunder continues right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson trackside, La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. We've got the sportsmen out there, and they're winding them up a bit. Get them warmed up out there as our sportsmen get ready for a 15-lap feature race. Another one of our sponsors tonight is Big Boar Barbecue, our friends right up the road here. I tell you, I love eating there. They've got some of the best barbecue around. stopped there the other day for lunch, had a pulled pork sandwich, and it was outstanding. Be sure you get a chance to try that Big Boar Barbecue. Now that's a mouthful. All right, we're going to slow them down here and pack them and rack them and get ready for our sportsman feature race. Let's line them up for you on the pole this time around. That's Thompson out there, the 03 car. Next to him is the 86 car of Jamie Dummer. In row 2, we've got Bob Fort in the 97 with Justin Mulliken next to him in the 51. Jimmy Gilster in row 3, Billy Doc Martin next to him in the 39. Ryan Hesselberg in the number 5 car in row 4 with Brad Warthen next to him in the 22. In row 5, it's Nick Clemens in the number 8 car. Champagne Tony Lease in the 07 right next to him. In the next row, row 6, we've got Jake Bemis in the 15 and Mandy Eckelberg in the 68. In row 7, the 18 car of Andy Burrow, and next to him the number 7 of John Radke. And then at the back of the pack is that number 158 car in blue and yellow, and that's Matt Helgeson. Kind of a new entry tonight here, his first time tonight here at the Speedway this year. Drivers have been given the 1 to go green, 15-lap feature race coming up. Pace truck has turned off its lights and he's pulling off. Jeff Thompson will bring him around out of turn 4 to the green flag. Let's go to Dan Dyker as he calls it green.
It's going to be Thompson and Dummer to set the field straight. We're green flag racing. Jamie Dummer was flying around turn 4 on the accelerator. He's opened up a considerable race lead. Thompson and Mulliken, as things start to shuffle their way into formation. Martin wobbles out of turn 4. With 1 lap in, it'll be Dummer your race leader. Mulliken second, Thompson third. Dr. Noyes, Billy Martin fourth. Ford is in fourth. To the outside of Ford comes Clements. Then it's Warthen, Gilster, and Lease. Top 4 starts steadily pulling away from the field. Nick Clements has got his work cut out for him on the outside door of Bob Fort, the 97. That Brad Warthen, a heat race winner from earlier tonight, is being hung up behind the 97. Oh, here we go! Ford's gonna cut some grass. And out comes the Wayland caution period.
So Bob Ford brings out the caution flag here. We've got yellow once again. Looked like Ford might have had a little push by somebody as he went sideways and into the grass. Nobody hurt. We'll see who they put at the back of the pack. The officials may not see it the same way that I did. We'll watch it on the replay. So once again, we're going to bring out the famous cone, or should I say the infamous cone, and drivers will get to choose rather inside or outside. 12 laps yet to go in our sportsman feature race. Say, have you stopped by Little Caesars yet to try their new deep dish pizza? It's made with 3 feet of bacon around the outside. Little Caesars Pizza. Boy, doesn't that sound good right about now. Pick up a hot and ready for $5. Little Caesars, located on Lacrosse Street. 3 feet of bacon, wow. One of the drivers was telling me last week that he was gonna buy a bunch of bacon and cook it on his pipes. Get them nice and hot, and he said you could cook the bacon right up that way. I forget who it was right now, but all right, here they come to the cone. will choose inside and outside. Looks like Jamie Dummer's going to go inside. Mulliken's going to go inside. No, outside for Mulliken, inside for Thompson. Martin for outside. Clemens goes inside. Lease goes outside. Gilster goes inside. Hesselberg to the outside. Bemis will go inside. Eckelberg will go inside. Burrow goes outside. Fort goes outside. Worthen goes inside. Helgerson goes inside. And Ratke goes outside. So that's how we're going to line them up here. We'll get another look at them as they come past the flag stand one more time. 12 laps yet to go in our Sportsman feature race tonight. Next week, we got the big 10,000 penny scramble coming up. You want to bring your kids for that one. That ought to be fun. Kids with a chance for them to scramble as they throw the pennies. All right, the driver's getting the 1 to go green. Smash-a-rama coming up on June the 13th. That's always a fun one. You want to be here for that. And the Faster Pastor race on June 20th rather. So if you've got a pastor who's interested in getting involved at your church, then hey, call the Speedway here. They'll set them up with a car. See who the Faster Pastor is. Okay, down the backstretch they come 2 by 2. Pace truck has turned off its lights and pulled off. Jamie Dummer will bring him around out of turn 4, so let's go to Dan Dyker as we go back to green.
During 15, can Jamie Dummer hold on to the top spot for 12 more laps? We're going green. Almost had a 3-wide lead sandwich right there. Look at how tightly bunched they are up front. Mulliken's going to back out of that one.
They are 3 wide.
Tail grabbing the 86 is Justin Mulliken. Martin gets shuffled backwards behind Lease. They're running 1 and 2 in points. Now they're running door to door for 4th and 5th, Clements and Lease. Been a while since Jamie Dummer's picked up a feature race win. He's feeling it so far tonight. 5 in, 10 to go. Nick Clements, your point leaders, now found himself into 3rd. Thompson's back to 4th. Brian Hesselberg's inside the top 5. Single file, we race out of turn 4. Nick Clements on the move. He's on the outside of Mulliken, in, around, and gone. Nick Clements trying to get his 2nd feature win of the season. Your current track record holder just missed breaking it tonight by 0.006 on the clock. Clements to the outside of Jamie Dummer. Trying to race his way into the lead around the corners. With 7 laps remaining at the halfway mark, it's going to be Clements by a bumper. Dummer's trying to hold down the inside rail. Forces Clements to run the high side. Clements says, I don't mind. Nick Clements, your new race leader. Clements, Dummer, Mulliken, Martin, and Lease, your top 5. With a win, Clements could pad that point lead, also getting 6 points from qualifying tonight. 5 to go. Brian Hesselberg now trying to race his way into the top 5. Right behind Tony Lease, he comes into the corners. Nice battle for that last position. Bemis, Burrow, and Eckelberg. Is back up front. It's Clements. Clements down the back straightaway with 2 to go. Puts Radke a lap down. Awfully tight quarters for Bemis and Burrow towards the back. 2 remaining up front. Could be a battle of 4 cars. Clements, Dummer, Mulliken, and Martin. Martin trying to make a late race pass for 3rd place. Checkers are out, or white flag is out. 1 to go for Nick Clements. Martin passes Mulliken for 3rd. Not enough real estate to catch Dummer. As the checkered flag flies for the 2nd time this year, Nick Clements, your feature winner. Followed by Dummer, Martin, Mulliken, and Lease, your top 5.
Fast as that car has been this year for Nick Clements, you knew he was going to get a couple of feature races, and more so as the season wears on. Great move for Nick Clements. And Jamie Dummer coming in 2nd place. 3rd goes to Billy Doc Martin. We've got another race coming up, though, folks. As you can see on the infield in the quarter-mile action track, the late models are lining up and getting ready for another 20-lap feature race. We'll be back with that right after this. Welcome back, race fans. Rick Wilson trackside, our late model feature race number 2. The 2nd part of our Twin 20s just about to get underway here. We'll line them up for you here. It's Ty Majeski on the pole this time. It'll be interesting to see if he doesn't just pull away and be gone. Sean Paff next to him in the number 3 car. Row 2 is Jack Litchheim on the inside. Mike Carlson on the outside. Row 3, Matt Henderson on the inside. And Jeremy Wagner on the outside. Row 4 has Harley Jankowski on the inside, Steve Carlson on the outside. Row 5 has got Brad Powell, the winner of our first feature race tonight, on the inside, and Travis Christensen on the outside. The next row's got Cole Howland on the inside and Jamie Dummer on the outside, Jason Dummer. The next row's got Adam Degenhardt on the inside, Cam Dzelski on the outside. Then we've got the Eckelbergs, Kurt on the inside, Jonathan on the outside, Scott Rand in the 17 car, and Carter Christensen. And then Jimmy Summerfield, Pataska, and Boomer Olson. Here they come out of turn 4 to the green flag. Let's go to Dan Diker.
Green! And the race to the front begins. It's like Travis Christensen never made the starting field, had to pull it into the pits. He's not in the pit stall, though. Your top 2 break away from formation. That's Ty Majeski and Sean Paff. Followed by the Carlsons, Mike and Steve. And the battle for 5th is going to be Jack Litchheim and Matt Henderson. Steve Carlson goes on the inside of Sud Mike, says move out of the way, let Pops come through. Carlson to 3rd. Quite a bit of horsepower setting up top with Ty Majeski, who likes the La Crosse Speedway. He's shown it with wins here before. Paff 2nd, Steve Carlson 3rd, Mike Carlson 4th, Matt Henderson running 5th. Sean Paff trying to reel in the youngster. Former track champion taking on the current ARCA Midwest Tour champ and Rookie of the Year. Two car lengths is the lead for Majeski over Paff. Steve Carlson, lots of clean air, running all by himself in third. Your leaders coming upon lap traffic, putting Jummy Summerfield down one lap. Lots of racing midway through with Degenhardt, Powell, Lichheim, and Jankowski. Jankowski goes to the inside of Lichheim, and he'll get a pass. Your first feature race winner, Brad Powell, stuck in the middle of this one. Cole Howland now over the back end of Henderson for 5th and 6th. Henderson wanted to go to, Howland wanted to go to the inside. Nothing going this time by. Back up front, Sean Paff has Ty Majeski's lead to a half a car as Boomer Olsen pulls in the pits. Former Brad Keselowski mechanic is in the pit area. 1 to go and we're halfway home. Steve Carlson somewhat has lost ground on the top 2. As Paff was all over the back end of Majeski that time. Halfway home, 10 down, 10 to go. Carlson's won 3 of the 4 first features this weekend. Can he catch up to the top 2 as they get into lap traffic? Can Majeski use one of these lap cars as somewhat of a pick? Paff trips off the racetrack with Majeski. It's like they're tied together. Bumper to bumper, they come in the corners. Going to be interesting here with 2 cars door to door. Blue and yellow flag comes out, letting the race cars know the leaders are coming around. They must get out of the way. Here comes Paff to the inside of Majeski. The race lead is on, and Paff's going to make it stick and stay. We have a new race leader, Sean Paff. With 8 to go, he found his mark and made it. Majeski back to 2nd. Steve Carlson still 3rd. 4th is going to be Matt Henderson down the back straightaway. In 5th right now is Cole Howland, door to door with Carlson. Carlson uses Summerfield as a pick. He'll remain in the spot. Been a while since Sean Paff's won a feature race. Carlson slowly reeling in time Majeski. 2 car lengths as the 91's lead over the 66. To the inside goes Carlson. He's got 4 laps. Can he chase down Sean Paff? He's going to save it to the very end. Carlson finished 2nd in the first feature. Paff's getting into lap traffic. Around Eichelberg he goes. 3 cars with all the horsepower in the world battling up front. It's down to 2 car lengths for Sean Paff, and he's got 3 laps to hold on. Two former track champions and longtime veterans of the La Crosse Speedway running 1st and 2nd. 2 to go for Sean Paff, and we're getting awfully tight up front. It's down to 1 car length for Paff. 1 lap car to go, and it could be an easy cruise for Paff. Carlson just barely got around Summerfield. All over the back end of Sean Paff's car. White flag, 1 to go, it's all or nothing. spectacular race with two wily veterans. Paff and Carlson, who's it gonna be? Here we come on a turn 4. It's Sean Paff. Steve Carlson, checkered flag is out for Sean Paff. Carlson second, Majeski third.
Sean Paff, what a great race and an exciting finish as Sean Paff holds on to win it. His first feature race of the season, but Carlson is there right behind him, taking second place. Third goes to Ty Majeski. That was a real exciting race tonight. We're going to go down to the front track here in just a moment, as Dan Diker will be there to talk to our winners tonight. We'll get a word from Sean Paff. Very exciting night out here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. You be sure to join us next week, folks. If you can't be here in person, then be sure to watch the races every Sunday night at 7 and Thursday night at 7 on KQEG TV. It's our Knights of Thunder presentation. And you'll get all the excitement. And of course, Dan Diker's program every Thursday night at 5:30. We stream that live to the internet at our website, kqegtv.com. And you can also, of course, watch it over the air. And he'll give you a complete recap of what's going on at both of the tracks in the area, the Speedway here and at the dirt track out of Fountain City. Highlights, all sorts of information on what's going on at the racetracks. So down on the front stretch here now, we're waiting for Ty Majeski to pull out of his vehicle, and he's going to step over to Dan Diker and have a few words. So let's go down with Dan Diker now.
Yeah. Ty, good to have you back on the racetrack. Wow, I'll tell you what a cat and mouse game that was for the last 11 laps.
Yeah, I just really fought a loose condition all the way through the corner. Just couldn't get into the corner, couldn't get through the center, and couldn't get back to the gas. Steve and Sean were definitely better than I was, and we'll make gains on it and come back next week.
Always good to see you back. What's your schedule look like for the rest of the year for La Crosse, besides Oktoberfest?
I'm not really sure. Whenever we have an open Saturday, whenever we're not traveling somewhere with the Tundra or the Midwest Tour, we'll be out here competing on Saturday nights.
Well, it's good to have you and your family back out of Seymour. Third place tonight, Ty Majeski. Two back-to-back second-place finishes for your point leader, Steve Carlson. I'll tell you, it's one of the best things I love about announcing out here is watching two former track champions and longtime veterans just go bumper to bumper.
Well, we were close there for a little bit. That lap car kind of got in there. I had a good run on him that lap, and I just backed out of it. I didn't want to wreck anything, and second place again.
2 second places, you retain the points, and it goes home on the hauler.
That's right.
Second place tonight for Steve Carlson. Your feature race winner for race number 2 is congratulating his compadres out here tonight. Drives out of Sparta, Wisconsin, the Durango Racing number 3, Sean Paff. Hard to not find me. I stand out so much. Sean, it's interesting. First race win of 2015. First one back in the number 3.
Yeah, it felt good. I mean, we struggled all night tonight, too. We had a loose race car really bad early and made some changes before the feature, and I was almost going to change some more, and I didn't. I just left it with 2 changes, and it came on. Midway through the race, the thing really came on. I had really good bite off the corner, and it was good. And it just, lap traffic made it really interesting. I'm sure it made it wonderful for fans to kind of tie us all up in that lap traffic all the time.
And you know, as a former track champ, you've been here for a long, long time as one of our veteran late model drivers. You know how to use the lap cars to an advantage. Is that what happened on a turn 2 with Steve right on your bumper?
Yeah, all of us were kind of using the lap traffic. I used the lap traffic on Ty. Steve used the lap traffic on me and almost had me. I mean, that could have really been a duel to the end there. It was awesome. And really enjoyed the car.
Good to have him back again one more time for Sean Paff.
Well, and that brings us to a close tonight, folks. The La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, another night of great racing. And we'll be back here with the same next week, so be sure to join us Saturday nights at 6:15 on the internet at kqegtv.com for qualifying, and then Thursdays and Sunday nights at 7 for a replay of the entire race day from the first green flag to the last checkered flag. I'm Rick Wilson for Dan Diker, everybody. Thanks for watching Knights of Thunder, brought to you tonight by Jim Dandy's Tasty Eats and Frozen Treats on Highway 16 in West Salem. Good night, everybody.